Hey, welcome to Two Guys Garage. Now today it's all about racing. Now this is no ordinary asphalt track.
No, man, we're talking real racing. We're at Federated Auto Parts Raceway, and this is a dirt track, the first surface we ever really raced on, right? We're gonna get down and dirty, nasty, gritty, bumper to bumper, rubbins racing, man.
Yeah, now we've raced before, but this is learning dirt style.
Now today is all about fun, man. Kenny Shrader, NASCAR driver extraordinaire and killer on the dirt as well, invited us down to his personal track. Now that means some time in the car, some fun.
We're gonna join the class. Now Federated Auto Parts does a special feature a couple times a year where they take some of their employees and brings them out to the track, lets them drive, and you know what? Today, we're a couple of those little employees, right? So we're gonna get suited up and we're gonna rip it around the track. But first, we've got to get a little bit of schooling on, you know, procedures.
Yeah, there is a groove in this track, and to tell us all about it, we got to get everybody together and go through basic driving 101.
The best place to run with these cars is in the middle of the racetrack. Well, everybody runs about 5 feet from the inside wall. That's always the one that hits, the inside wall. Yeah.
So anybody that stuffs it in a wall, are they responsible for the repair?
You signed a sheet. Don't tell me you didn't read it. Come on.
Well, I made some notes on it and some
You read it,
asterisks, so
yeah.
I'm happy face.
I modified my version.
Those were all.
I just don't know about everybody else.
You guys got the garage. Should be no problem.
Yeah, baby.
You can tell the guys that have been behind the wheel one of these first, you know, you had some people couldn't get out of first gear, and then you had you. Whoa!
You see him working the high side this far away and the low side that far away. All right, you guys all recognize this guy, Kenny Shrader, one of the most amazing NASCAR drivers, dirt track
Just
drivers.
old drivers. Old drivers. Okay.
All right. Well, we've seen him out there just ripping up the
Dude,
track.
I can't wait to get in that passenger and see that car you're taking everybody in. But these cars that we're about to drive, tell me a little bit about what the setup is.
Well, it's called a modified dirt car. They run, probably 600-700 tracks throughout the country. This UMP division. It's about a 388 cubic inch small block Chevy, putting out right around 500. On an 8-inch tire, 500, that's quite a bit, you know, on the dirt, you know, so it's a lot of fun.
Why do you like dirt racing as opposed to asphalt or anything else?
Well, I don't think I could always run the same line twice on the asphalt track, and on the dirt you're not expected to. You never know where you're going anyway.
Right. And it's always sideways.
It's, you know, you've seen the dirt tracks now, and it's just pretty exciting.
Riot to watch, so I can only imagine what it's going to be like to get in the cars.
Can't wait, man. Game time.
Snug as a bug in a rug, baby. And that was a lot of fun. Waiting for a little bit of schooling from Kenny so I can go a little faster next time.
I don't want to brag or anything, but I think I'm faster than Kev.
You never know when you're having a party who you should invite.
Right.
But in this case, it worked out just right because we had a little student mishap.
Yes.
We had some broken suspension parts, and we ended up having David Harrison here from Moog Steering and Suspension. So this is the guy to have.
Dude, you're
right
it.
now.
So what are you doing at the track, man? A little R&D, a little test driving?
Absolutely. Moog Chassis Parts has a tremendous heritage with racing, including NASCAR and all the way down to the local level. So it's great to be at the track. So we try to engineer parts that are going to do what everybody needs them to do. They're going to have problem solver capabilities and hold up under the toughest situations. So we definitely love connecting with the guys at the track.
Now, we heard a rumor that you guys aren't too far from here.
Absolutely. Moog Automotive was started right here in St. Louis, and our technical training center is right here. We'd love to have you guys come up and check it out.
Dude, way to plant that invite, bro. Nice
Yeah.
work,
You
nice
know how I
work.
roll, you know how I roll.
Yeah, we were hoping you would say that.
Yeah.
Well, I think
absolutely.
everybody's going to take a break and get some food. We could go check out some stuff now.
Yeah, let's
man.
go.
Mind
Yeah,
doing
whenever
a
you're ready.
little tour?
Absolutely.
Dude, I'm loving that.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, it sounds like we're going to check out some cool R&D.
Over time, gum and varnish deposits can clog fuel injectors and rob your engine of its original power and performance. Treat these symptoms with Seafoam Motor Treatment, a petroleum-based product that works with both gas and diesel engines without harsh chemical detergents, so you can use it as often as you want. Slowly pour Seafoam Motor Treatment into the vacuum line of gas engines that feed all cylinders with the engine running at operating temperature. This helps clean deposit buildup from intake valves and combustion chambers quickly. You can also add 1.5 ounces of Seafoam per quart to your oil crankcase to free sticky lifters and clean oil deposit buildup. When adding Seafoam to your fuel tank, just use 1 ounce of motor treatment per gallon of fuel to clean, control moisture, add lubrication, and stabilize fuel for up to 2 years. This tip is brought to you by Seafoam, the choice of mechanics for over 70 years.
Hey, welcome to the Moog Engineering and Innovation Center.
Hey, welcome back to the show. Now, we just got off the dirt track with Kenny Shrader. We're shaking off some of the dust in our hair, and we're checking out how some really amazing suspension parts are developed and engineered.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where we do a lot of our product development and engineering. Let me introduce you guys to Tom Burns. Tom's the manager
how
of
you
product
doing?
development and testing here at Moog.
Well, tell us what you got going on here, because this is kind of a new machinery for us guys in the shop.
Well, Brian is scanning it apart to get the geometry. First of all, we have to know how it's designed and fit and function, so he's scanning in the part. It's like painting.
Painting with lasers. You got to
Right.
emphasize that part. Like in the old days, you had a CMM machine and you're just poking at
Right.
it and you're stitching it together, but
Right.
this is using some pretty neat technology.
Yeah, but it's not the latest. We just put in an optical scanner. You place the part on a table, it turns, and it's taking pictures, and then you turn it over and it takes pictures on the other side, and it meshes the two together, and you got your...
You got your part, you have the geometry, all right? Now what do you do from that moment? Now that you have it in the computer, where do you go from there?
Well, the next thing we have to do is get the metallurgy. And so we cut the part, and here's an example of what you get when you cut it. We take a piece of that section and we put it into the spectrograph, and it burns it. And when it burns it, it gives you an output, and you have all the elements that are in there, the carbon and the manganese and copper and
You
chrome.
guys are reading the matrix of
Yeah.
any alloy or steel you put in there.
Exactly. And you're able from that to be able to tell even to the country and the world where it was made. We found that steels in certain regions of the world are not as good as others. And so what we have is a certain standard that we want to have on our stud and our housings. And so we have developed secondary processes to bring it up to that level.
Because you could have like bricks and mortar, but you can look at a wall up close and see if there's too much mortar here, it's sloppy on the bricklaying, so that's what you're doing,
Right.
looking at the grain structures.
Right. We take all that packaged together and send it to engineering and innovation, where they come up with all the blueprints with all the tolerances so that we can manufacture a problem solver design.
So I saw some pretty serious equipment across the hall. Is that something we can see too?
Yes, let's go over there and see it.
All right, man, let's go get after it.
Well, before we do any testing, we have to get our loads. And you can put strain gauges on a control arm, and then you mount this on the car and drive it around and feed back what all those loads are. So we wanted to establish what's a realistic load, that we don't test it too high or too low.
Well, what's really neat, Willie, show them how that little sensor works.
Yeah, man, you wouldn't think of a big piece of steel like this actually stretching and moving, but it's got a little sensor, real fine wire in there, and you can just, like you're snapping a twig. So you could actually see it on the computer, and you put big loads on it, you go off the scale and so forth. So you actually get real driving, real sort of loads you're gonna find and experience out there on the street.
You can get all the different cycles, you can hit potholes, maybe
Right,
a curb,
right.
kind of get all those loads captured in data, and then you can put those in your durability rigs.
Right, and the reason you do that is so that you're able to test the part in a shorter period of time. I mean, if you hit it with all the loads that it sees on the road, it'd take you 10 years to run the test. This is where the fun is. This is where we really see where the rubber meets the road. Now this is called a 5-axis tester because it puts loads into the socket in 5 different dimensions. You've got a load in this way, radial loads, you get an axial load, you get a rotation, and you get a rocking action. And all that is necessary to duplicate what this actually sees on the vehicle.
It's really easy to just copy a part and then go try to produce it in the aftermarket, but you got to really know it from the metallurgy all the way down to how the part actually survives the durability test before you put it in a box.
Right.
Now this is a pretty serious piece of equipment here.
Exactly. But you really don't need to have a 5-axis to test everything. We have a different machine for each one. For this one over here, we're testing control arm bushings. So we rotate them and actually test them. This machine over here is testing a tie rod up to 85,000 pounds, so we have enough power to get into those high loads. The machine over there that is used for idler arms because it has 2 axes of loading. And then you have the 3-axis tester that tests sway bars, tie rod ends, and follower ball joints. Well, here's the boot tester. And this is another level of detail that we go through we make absolutely sure that the boot seals every time.
Yeah, you can see the discoloration in it, so obviously you get it really hot, you probably hit it with some cold and so forth, see the nozzles for some moisture or something.
This thing runs from minus 45 below zero to 140 degrees. and we're trying to make sure that everything stays intact and sealed through that whole temperature
because you
range.
can get splits. You put salt spray in there? Or
right. Yes. We add a grit and salt spray, so if there's any penetration, you'll see it inside the boot.
So you can get a real-world test environment in there, and you see all the extremes to make sure that part's going to last.
Right.
Cool. Well, we're going to take a break. We've got some more stuff to see here at Moog, and at some point, we're going to get our race suits back on and get back on the dirt track.
You know, not a lot of people take windshield wiper blades seriously, but let's talk about them for a second, because, I mean, after all, they do clear your vision, right? When it's time for you to change your wiper blades, reach for Denso First Time Fit blades. They have one to fit any kind of car or truck, all right? Their conventional blade here, one wipe design, smooth wipe all the way across your windshield. Now this is the beam style blade. Believe it or not, there are over 1,500 pressure points. So you know the wipe is deluxe from the Beam Denso wiper blade. Now moving on, this is the designer blade. Again, a lot of pressure points, concurve, aerodynamic. So when you think wiper blades, think Denso, available at Federated Auto Parts.
This segment of Two Guys Garage is brought to you by You Coat It. Do-it-yourself floor coatings for a durable, protected finish.
Hey, welcome back. We've taken a little break from dirt track driving with Kenny Shrader, and we're at the Moog facility here. This is their Engineering and Innovation Development Center.
Yeah, absolutely. In addition to our Engineering and Product Development Center, this facility supports all of the other Federal Mogul products and brands. This portion of the facility is our Technical Education Center. We have a full shop here with several bays, a full machine shop where we bring technicians in and do training on our products, make sure that they understand proper installation techniques and how the products work and fit and function.
And that's just another part of that. When you're getting a part, right? You go in your store and you'll see a $15 part or a $29 part. You got to think about all the R&D, all the data that was collected, the testing to start at OE and to make it even better. And then even on the technical side of it, on the technician side of it, the installation, you guys make sure that it fits better, that it's easier to install and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely. We also have a customer service center and a technical services hotline here. So they take about 700,000 calls a year, and we get a lot of feedback about the parts, people asking about installation procedures, specifications, things like that. And with all of these things combined, we get a lot of good feedback from our customers. It helps us to design the problem-solving parts.
You know what else you need here? A big banner that says Two Guys Garage, and we're just going to move our set right into your shop because this is killing our little shop back home.
Yeah, man.
We'd love to have you guys anytime.
Well, this is a killer facility from front to back, making some great parts. But you know what? We've seen a lot of great stuff here. It's time to show off some great driving skills. I learned a lot of good stuff in that place.
Dude, I've always used those parts, man. Now I know why. I just heard they were great.
Yeah, but you know what? Now it's time to drive some.
I know, dude. I said, hey, I'm gonna get in his car, dude. Kenny's was souped up.
I have a no death or dismemberment policy.
Do you?
Everything else is good.
Okay. We won't be in that much danger.
Here he goes. Woohoo! Yeah! Hey, Cat, you ready, son?
I'm ready, man.
Hey, check out the back of this. See that? See
Yeah.
a lot of it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Keep talking.
All right, man, so I gotta tell you, a little improved from the first time we went out. Nothing like you can drive, bro. You are amazing. This far from the wall, spitting, throwing dirt, it was awesome.
You made big gains though, both of you. A lot faster second time out. I hope you had fun, and it looked like you were under control. You did good.
Yeah, man, smiles the whole time. This is so addicting, man. It's one of those things that once you do it once or twice, now I want to go out, refinance half my house, and go get a dirt car.
Yeah, well, could you call home and tell my wife it really is a job?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Honey,
sure, it's a job. One heck of a fun job. I tell you what, man, that was probably one of the best rides in a car, and just the way that thing flew around the track, and then the debris and the dirt flying in your face, it's just part of the whole aura of it. So, again, we're not so fast, not like this guy. We're working our way up, but you know what? I think we're done here today. We got to take a break. We'll see you guys back in a minute.
For more information about anything you've seen in today's show, check out gactv.com or visit TwoGuysGarage.com.
Hey, welcome back. All right, from Cam 2, it's their Blue Blood line of oils, and this is the good stuff, man. The high zinc content for those high revving, heavy wearing motors. You're gonna get a lot of throttle, a lot of abuse.
Now these are formulated with top of the line, shear stable viscosity improvers. Now, what that means is as oil gets hot, it gets thinner, right? Well, you don't want it to get thinner when you're hammering it harder. So the VI improvers, they're gonna keep the viscosity right in the range that you want, keep the protection that you want, and check it out. They've got a full lineup, synthetic, partial synthetic. They've got gear loops. That's Cam 2 Blue Blood Racing Oil.
We've all used it. The spot-free rinse at the car wash. Would it be nice to have one at your own house?
Oh, absolutely, and here it is right here. This is the CR Spotless, it's the DIC20, and it's super simple. All you do, you wash your car like normal, the soap, the water, but when you go to rinse, you plug your hose right through here, come out the other side. This deionizes, it takes all the minerals, deposits out of the water, so after you rinse it off and it dries, it doesn't leave all those deposits and those spots. And you don't have to worry about adding additional scratches from the towels.
Little fine scratches and so forth. I've got a car so black, it's unbelievable. This is the only machine I use on it.
And you know, it's not just cars. You got houses, you got windows, you got upstairs windows. You don't have to get up there and squeegee them off and all that stuff, right? It's a simple tool, CR Spotless.
DIC20. Hey, now a lot of you guys probably know Monster Transmission from the beast transmissions they build into drag race applications. But they have a whole division using nothing but 4x4 transmissions, transfer cases, converters, matching those performance off-road applications for your ride.
Yeah, so if you're a big truck guy, you got to give them a call because they're going to give you the best hardware, give you the best match on your torque converter, and they've got all the accessories. Now check it out, this is the Visicoat. Yeah. So you know you're mad money.
Dude, when you got hundreds on your pan?
Yeah.
And you're just mean here.
They can even put the Visicoat on the transmissions and the cases.
Indeed.
So give them a shout. They've got the best warranties out there. They test every transmission in a vehicle before it gets to you.
Yeah.
Monster Trans.
That's right, and shipping in the U.S. free.
You're driving down the road, man, you're blowing stuff right in your face, all those pollutants, you know, smoke from the diesel guy in front of you, all that pollen and mold. These type of filters are going to be able to suck that right in there and not throw it at your face.
Yeah, now these are from Denso, and these have 5 layers of super fine filtration. They snatch things up down to the 0.0001 micron.
That's tiny.
It's itty bitty.
So if you've got allergy problems or if you just want to knock down some smells, you can get the electrostatic one for ultrafine particles or the carbon type to get rid of some of the smell. So check them out. Denso cabin air filters, pick them up at Federated Auto Parts.
Why do you keep pointing at me when you say smell?
It's just how it goes, man.
Because I smoked you out there on the dirt track, son. You was smelling my exhaust.
Yeah, smoke nothing.
And that was fun, man. Seeing how Moog does all their things, the R&D they put in the products, and of course, the driving.
Driving was awesome. Too bad you guys couldn't join us, but check us out next week for more good times.
Right on.